is sponsored by Aura. This is the definitive guide to if you ever wondered, does this person like me? This is a checklist, quantifiable checklist. Follow along, count up your points, and then I'll give you the scale at the very end to determine, does this person like me or am I crazy? Am I crazy? So I'm gonna give you a bunch of statements, and if this applies to you and this person, you basically just make a note of how many points it is. The point system can go positive or it can go negative. It can go really negative because I want to be honest with you, there's gonna be lots of red flags and neutralizers, lots of positive points too. So have your calculator open, have a pen and pencil ready, and let's get started. First statement, they double text you. So if this person double texts you, you should put +8. Number 2, you have a gut feeling that this person likes you. If this is true for you, you should have +7. If you have a gut feeling this person likes you, but you've also been told before by your friends, by your mom, by other people that you have delusional tendencies, then this is -3. So for example, if your total score up to this point is 15 because you checked, yes, they double text me, yes, I have a gut feeling they like me, so 8 + 7 is 15, but people have told me I'm delusional, then that would be -3. So your total score should be 12 now. Do you see how this is working? If this person asks you personal non-surface level questions, then you should put +8. By personal non-surface level, I mean things that are like not small talk, you know? They ask you like, oh, what are your dreams in life? What's your passion? You know, stuff like that. Okay, the next two statements, they're related, but they're different. They're both about physical appearance. So for this first one, right, this is if this person complimented your core physical appearance, as in your body, your face, the things you have like no control over. Like if they complimented your eyes or they say you have a nice smile, then that would be like a core physical appearance thing. So if they complimented your core physical appearance, then that's a +10. The second one is if they complimented an extension of your physical appearance. For example, if they complimented your outfit or like your style, your makeup, these are all physical attributes, but like you've had control on how to kind of put that on, right? So if they compliment some aspect of that, then that's a +7. If this person has offered you food, water, a drink, etc., then that's +4. If this person made you something, so like physically with their hands, they made you something, like they cooked you a meal, or like they drew you a card, or like they made you a little handcrafted gift, this is a really good one. This is a really good sign that they do like you. That's +18. If this person likes your Instagram stories, that's +6, because it's kind of rare for someone to like your Instagram story, but also it doesn't necessarily mean they like you. That's why it's +6. If they watch all of your Instagram posts or your stories, but they don't interact with it, then that's 0. It's not like a bad sign, but it's also not a good sign. It's like, it's neutral, you know, it doesn't mean anything. If this person asks for your social media or your Instagram handle, that's +2, because yeah, they actively found a different way to contact you, but also everyone just kind of wants Instagram followers. So they might be one of those people that just asks anyone they meet on the street for their Instagram because they're, like it's like force of habit, so that's why it's +2. If this person asks for your number, however, that's fucking old school, and that's different. That's +12, because I feel like people don't do that anymore. It's like a more direct, contactable way. I think traditionally, someone asks for your number, it's a better indication, so that's +12. If this person finds an excuse to text you, so either on Instagram or on phone number, +18. If they send you Instagram reels, they send you TikToks, they send you memes, that's +8, because they're probably trying to find something to talk to you about, trying to make you laugh, trying to get in your mind palace. If they send you texts or like memes or something, or like they show you something and they're like, oh, I saw this thing and this reminded me of you, that's +18, because why were you in their head, you know? Why were they thinking of you? And like, why were they telling you? Why are they trying to like suggest that they're thinking about you, right? 18. If they like your Instagram grid post, that's +1, because they liked your post, but also I like posts from random I saw on the street, you know? Like, it's not necessarily an indication or anything, but it's a good sign. If they like your thirst traps, that's +9, because that's a message, that's a sign. I don't know if it's necessarily the type of attraction that you want from this person, but they're physically attracted to you. If they make a lot of eye contact, that's +9. They're probably very forward. Some people just make a lot of eye contact, but also I feel like if you make enough eye contact with someone, you kind of just like fall in love anyway, you know? Maybe they're like psyoping you. If they find excuses to touch you, like if you're laughing and they like hit your arm playfully, or like they nudge you, then that's like +15, right? When you're talking and they face you like directly, or like when you're in a group and they're like facing you directly when you're sitting down or like standing up, and that's like +3, because I think that's one of those unconscious body things where like you kind of angle yourself towards the person that you're most paying attention to. But also it could mean nothing. It could just be they were standing like that. So like that's why it's only +3. If you've caught them looking at you, that's a good indication, even though it could also be involuntary, which is +10. If they've complimented your personality, that's +4. If this person says shit like, oh, I've never met someone like you, yeah, I'm pretty sure they like you, that's +18. If this person's like, oh, I've never met someone like you, that's like a movie line, you know, that's +18. So I googled myself the other day, right? Because I'm a YouTuber and we're all narcissists, and the results are not really what I was hoping to see. I was kind of hoping to see more fun stuff, but apparently it turns out half of the internet has my phone number, my email, my old address. So I obviously didn't leak that, but apparently data brokers did that for me. So if you don't know, data brokers essentially collect your information, they package it up and they sell it to whoever they want, you know, marketers, scammers, phone call I get every day at noon with the automated phone. Like, what the fuck? This is where today's sponsor Aura comes in. Aura automatically removes your personal information from these sites and it keeps it off. It's one app that handles all of your digital security needs: VPNs, password manager, real-time credit fraud alerts, dark web monitoring, identity theft protection, literally all of it. Aura does it. And if something does happen, Aura has up to $5 million in identity theft insurance with US-based support 24/7. I've started using Aura and honestly it feels really good to know I'm not just fully exposed on the internet, both emotionally on YouTube but also literally from my data. If you want to try out Aura, you can get a 14-day free trial at aura.com/crystal. In those 2 weeks, you'll find out where your data is being exposed and sold to. I'm not leaving myself vulnerable and you shouldn't too. Thank you, Aura, for sponsoring this video, and back to the video. If they ask you about your dating life, that's plus 13, because why are you asking about my dating life? But also, maybe they're just nosy. Maybe they like to gossip, but like, plus 13. If they've mentioned you to family and friends, that's plus 9, because why were you in their brain for long enough, you know? But also, maybe you guys are like good friends, you know? Like in context, but also, I don't know your life. If they mention you to people that they're close to, then it means you've at least taken enough real estate mentally in their mind that they're mentioning you, you know? You're not just like you're not like a little soap bubble that like pops and then it disappears. All right, this one is obvious. If they've explicitly told you they like you, like if they've said words like, hey, I like you, or like, hey, I have a crush on you, then that's like plus 20, right? It could be like, I would say, because this video is called, does this person like you? If you got this, you probably just have to like skip to the end of this video, right? But except I want your views, so like actually continue watching the video. If they gave you a dumb nickname, then that's plus 11, because it's like kind of, you know, it's like a little nudge, it's a little, you know, you get it. If this person talks about their ex a lot to you, that's a negative 10. They could possibly still like you, that's why it's not negative something more, but they're probably still processing something, you know? So like even if they're attracted to you or they like you somehow, I'm not sure if this person is like ready for anything. However, if they mention their current partner to you, as in they're actively with someone and they keep talking to you about it, I'm not gonna lie, most likely this is them trying to squeeze into conversation the fact that like they're trying to tell you they're not available, okay? Have you ever been in a situation where like you know that someone is like hitting on you and so you have to like involuntarily be like, oh yeah, my boyfriend really liked that, you know what I mean? Like it's one of those tactics that people use. If this person does this to you, I'm not gonna lie, they're probably not interested in you, and not only are they not interested in you, they probably like actively do not like the fact that they can feel that you like them, you know? They're trying to put fencing around you, they're trying to like cut off. Maybe I'm wrong. It's possible they like you and they have a wandering eye, but like also, nah, this is sudden death in my opinion. If you get this, just dock all of your points. I'm just kidding. If you get this, minus 30. If this person ghosts you consistently for like a very unreasonably long amount of time, then that's minus 14. So by ghost for a long time, I mean like when it becomes out of the realm of like plausible deniability that this person is busy. So like if you're like, oh, they didn't respond to my text for like a couple hours, it doesn't count, like that's fine, because some people are busy, you know, like some people have lives, some people are just watching YouTube like the two of us all of the time, you know, some people have like plans and if it's been like, if you texted them on like Monday and like by Wednesday they've not responded to you, then yeah, that's like out of the realm of plausible deniability of like, oh, I was like doing chores, you know, like this, at this point you know that they're like actively not keeping up with this conversation. At that point I would say minus 14. Even worse than that is if you text them and they ghost you and or they reply after an unreasonably long amount of time later, but you've seen that they're otherwise active online, that's minus 23. That's like even worse than the last scenario. If they flirt with other people in front of you, that's minus 17. If they call you something like bro, dude, bestie, girl, sis, that's minus 2. So when I was assigning values to these numbers, I was thinking about whether or not this was going to be like that big of a deal. But to be honest, I realized like I also call people girl and bro, like that. Like sometimes it's like force of habit, so like it's kind of a bad sign if someone you're romantically interested in calls you dude, but also maybe that's just how they speak, you know, that's why it's minus 2. This one is a fucking doozy. If this person says that you remind them of their sibling, then Yikes. In my opinion, right? If this happens to you, it's basically sudden death. If you get this, I am so sorry. Minus 45 points immediately. In my opinion, if this happens, 99% sure they don't like you. Practicably speaking, sudden death. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be okay, you know? Thoughts and prayers for you. I'm so sorry. Okay, now for something lighter. If this person has asked you out and they use the word date, like they're like, do you want to go on a date with me? If they use the D word, plus 30. This next one is a neutralizer. So basically, if you've said previously that this person has like complimented you, like either on your physical appearance, something else, funny, personality, blah, blah, blah. If they've complimented you, but they're like working in the service industry or like another industry where they have to be polite to you, this is like when they're actually at work, right? Like if you're at a coffee shop and the barista is nice to you, these people have to like be polite for their job and like be friendly to get tips. So if you get this, minus 6. Adjacent one is if this person complimented you, but like they work for you. For example, you're their boss, you're their manager. So if their behavior can be explained as from a power imbalance or the fact that they're scared of you, also minus 6. If this person remembers little facts about you and they like bring it up or like they mention it to you, then that's like a plus 8 because it means they were paying attention to you. Maybe they're just a good person. It's good to just listen to people, but you know. If they remembered a topic that you previously mentioned or they bring up like a hobby or like a fact that you've talked about and like it's clear in the next conversation you have with them that they've gone home and they've researched that thing and they've like come back and talked about it. So for example, if you're really into bird watching, like if you're an avid bird watcher and then the next time you see this person starts talking to you about bird watching, so it's like obvious that they've gone home and like done research on something that you're into, then that's plus 9. If they make inside jokes with you or they make like references to things that only the two of you understand, then that's a plus 6 because they're trying to build rapport, or maybe they're trying to banter with you and they're trying to build a relationship. If this person gets red in the face, similar to how I'm red in the face. My red in the face is from exhaustion, okay? Not this kind of red in the face, but if this person is red in the face when they see you, pretty good indication they like you. They're probably shy, maybe they're severely sunburned. Maybe they have a skin condition, most likely not, but if they're red in the face, plus 8. If this person gets weirdly quiet around you, this is kind of a toss-up, I'm not gonna lie, because a lot of people are just quiet. It's possible they're really shy because they get like nervous around you, which is a good indication they like you, but also reverse applies. Maybe they're quiet around you because you're a freak and you make them feel weird and uncomfortable. Both possible, right? That's why if this is the case for you, plus 3. If they stutter around you, plus 6, because some people just stutter, but also maybe they're nervous. If they laugh at all your jokes, plus 6. If they laugh at all your jokes, but you know, bitch, that you're not funny, you're not a comedian, your jokes are bad, plus 8, because my eye is actually twitching. Jesus Christ. Can you see my eye twitch? No? Okay, I can see it. I just realized that this, my appearance in this video will live on the internet forever, so I should probably try and look Wait, I'll be right back. It's like halfway through the video now. I do actually look hysterical. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just can't, like 100K maybe this will get 100K. It'll be fine. It's fine. Okay, let's just keep going. If this person mirrors your body language when you're talking to each other, so what I mean by this is like you're like sitting and you're like crossing your legs, right? And like this person, you notice they like cross your legs, or like you do this with your hand and you realize like after a while they do this with their hand. They're like mirroring your body language. This is like an unconscious thing. They probably don't know that they're doing this. It just means they're like paying attention to you and they probably like you. If this happens to you, plus 3. If they subtly flex their accomplishments to you, this is a plus 4. Again, this is one of the ones where context matters, because this could be one of those things where they just like to talk about themselves, you know, in which case, you know, it's probably not an indication or anything. If they only do it to you, then that is a good indication, but also it's one of those things where you're like, how the am I supposed to know how this person acts when I'm not around, you know? That's why it's plus 4. If they tease you affectionately, that's a good sign, plus 9. Use common sense when I say affectionately. If they randomly show up at like spots that you always are at and you always like randomly run into each other, it's possible that they're going to these spots just to like see if they run into you, so that's a plus 6. If they notice if you change your appearance and it's like not an obvious appearance change, like you know how like sometimes you're like, oh, I dyed my hair, but it's like 2 shades lighter, or like you changed your mascara and they notice these things, that's a plus 4. If this person shows a genuine interest in your hobbies, so for example, if you talk about playing badminton and they keep asking you about badminton related things, you know, they're making an active effort to understand you or learn about you, that's a +8. Again, this person can be really polite. It's usually a good idea to do this. That's why it's +8, but also it's a good indication they're at least interested in you and your inner life. If they offer to help you with small tasks, that's a +4. If they get generally shy or nervous around you, that's like a +8. This one, exercise judgment of what indicates shyness or nervousness. Again, you don't know how this person acts when you're not around, right? But like +8. This is a good one. If their friends mention you or like something about you and like they start smiling or like giggling, that's +15. This one is a good sign in my opinion because like friends are like impartial third parties, right? There's no reason for like a friend to like start getting weird when you're around. That's why friend dynamics is very important. If this person compliments you out of nowhere, so like for like randomly, they're just like, oh, you look really nice today, that's a +10. If they invite you to hang out in group settings, that's a +5. If they make plans to hang out with you one-on-one, that's a much better indication, that's +17. If they text you after hanging out, then that's a +7. If they text you to see if you got home safe afterward, like after you hung out, that's a +12, because I'm not gonna lie, no one does that. If this person likes to playfully debate or like argue with you, then that's a +4. If this person remembers specific dates, as in like calendar dates of like when something interesting or like specific happened between the two of you, okay, like not actual dates that you went on. If you went on actual dates, I guess that's actually an even better indication that they like you. Either way, this is a +9. Okay, now we're gonna speed run through some red flags, so fucking get ready. If this person only messages you late at night, this is a -8. If they only flirt with you when they're drunk, this is a -7. If you made plans together or like you had plans together and they just like cancel plans without actually like a good reason, if they like vaguely cancel plans or they're like, oh sorry, I can't anymore, that's a -15. If this person talks a lot about like another person that they're like just friends with, wink wink wink, then this is a -20. This is kind of similar to the previous one where I was like, if this person talks about their partner a lot, like it's clear that they're like romantically fixated on another person. If this person says they don't believe in relationships, that's a -10. If they say they're emotionally unavailable, this is a sign and you should take it into account, but this is a -12. If this person flirts with you but you realize or like you notice that actually this person is just naturally quite flirty, that's a -6, because it could still mean that they're interested in you and they just have like a fun-loving, charismatic personality. But for the sake of the video, it's -6. If you know that they send you mixed signals, but then they kind of like play dumb about it, or they're kind of coy about it, or like if you just get mixed signals in general, -7. If this person actively avoids talking about the future with you, like even casually, it's possible that they like you, but like it's very clearly on a fleeting basis, you know? Like they might see you as someone attractive or someone they like, but it's very clearly like a quick thing and they don't actually like you long term. This is a -3. If this person only ever compliments you on your appearance, then this is a -1. If this person never asks you about your life, sometimes, especially if you're a girl, I realize it's really hard to remember to do this, but like if you pay attention, right, and you think about your conversations, or like you pay attention to your conversations, if this person actively doesn't actually like ask you anything about yourself, yeah, that's a -20. If this person ghosts you and then like casually like pops up again, that's also a -20. If this person never initiates any plans with you, or like they never like text you first or like talk to you first or like find you first, that's a -17, because it's very possible that the only reason you have this rapport is because you initiate, you know? Okay, red flag round over. We're gonna get back to some good shit. If this person makes a big effort to impress your friends, that's a +7. This is a huge one. If they ask your friends if you're seeing anyone, +19, okay? Because who is asking that? Who is asking? If they've met your friends and then they subsequently like followed your friends on like Instagram, or like you start like, you know, talking to your friends, that's like a +3. They're trying to get into your circle, you know? They're trying to like get in your good graces. If they've spoken to your friends and then they like refer to you in their conversations, so for example, if they're talking to your friend, they're like, oh yeah, tell Crystal I said hi, and that would be like a +8. If they seem nervous or shy or like weirdly awkward or formal in front of your friends, it's possible they're trying to make a good impression on you, that's a +6. If this person has complimented you but like through a third party, so for example, if they told your friend that they think you're really cool or you're really cute or you're really funny, that's like a +9. If your friends suspect that this person likes you based on like how they act, this is a +7. Again, I think like asking your friends is a really good indication, because I'm gonna be honest, right? You, in this delusional mind state, you're not a very good judgment of character of like if this crush that you have likes you back, you know? Because obviously you're gonna take any little thing they do as like an indication they're in love with you, right? Like if you ask a friend, like a third party who's like not crazy, they're gonna give you a much more objective answer. So if they also think that this person likes you, that's a very good sign. If this person asks you about your friend dynamics a lot, that's like a +3. Could be that they're just interested in your life, but also it's possible they're trying to like get intel on like your circle, you know, like, or like, you know, are you seeing anyone in your friend group? Like, what's going on? I love this one. This one's amazing. If you have this one, it's really good. If their friends tease them when you're around, so like if their friends start giggling when you show up, that's a really good sign they like you, because their friends definitely know some shit and they're not going to be like as sly as that actual person. If you have this, +12. Slightly tamer version of this, if their friends act a little weird or like awkward or like weirdly like formal around you, that's a +6. Again, it's like indication they've like talked about you in some capacity, or they're like trying to make a good impression. Okay, +6. If you've been introduced to this person's friends and this friend is like, oh yeah, I already know who you are, +8. If one of their friends accidentally lets slip that they've like spoken about you, +9. Why are they talking about you? Another incredible one, really good one if you have this one, if one of their friends thinks that the two of you would look cute together, if their friend teases you, they're like, you guys would like make a cute couple, +15. You're golden. You're in this person's brain. You're in their mind palace. They're in love with you. By the way, if you want like a more convenient way to like have this chart, you can check out my shop here. It also has like the flowcharts from all of the other delusional videos I've done, like jobs, situationship, crush, blah blah blah. Just check out the shop. It's all there. Okay, now we're gonna run through some bad ones just to humble you a little bit. If your crush, like this person, if they've asked you if your friend is single, it's over. Finish the video. Like sudden death. If you get this one, -30. This pretty much neutralizes like any plausible deniability scenario that we've covered up to this point, because a lot of like, oh, they talk to you, they text you. If you have this as well, you can kind of interpret all of those things through the lens of the fact that they're trying to like get in with you so that they can ask out your friend. I'm so sorry if you get this one. If you get this one, I'm sorry, just go kick a ball, hug a tree, you know, save a cat, I don't know, I'm sorry, it'll be okay. If this person has tried to set you up with one of their friends, it's also really bad, -20. If this person only likes your stories, but they don't like any of your grid posts, this is a -4, because this kind of indicates that they like you in a way, but like not in the way that you probably want them to. This is a good one. You'll probably laugh if you get this one. If you've gotten a notification on your phone, like from Instagram, or like you've noticed that this person has liked your picture from like 3 years ago, or like 3 scrolls down, +13, man. Good for you, because they clearly were fucking stalking your profile and they're clearly humiliated that you saw that shit. But also, good for you, this person, you can basically safely ask this person out because they're definitely into you, but they're definitely like in a very vulnerable state right now because they've exposed themselves for being a fucking creep. Basically, they like your ass. Just go get married. If they like comments on your photo, like under your Instagram photo, like you have like mutual friends and they like their comments, +2. If this person adds you to their close friends story on Instagram without context, this is a +3, okay? For this one, I was like thinking about this one and I think it's like a good sign, obviously, but also, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a toss-up because me personally, I don't know if other people, tell me in the comments if you do this. I kind of just like add people if you're fun, we get along, we're buddies, you know? Not necessarily an indication that they're romantically interested in you, but also it's something. +3. Could mean nothing, also could mean everything. Okay, so while the last one was a toss-up, this one is not a toss-up. This one is a red flag. If you were on their close friends story and you realized you just haven't seen their story for a while, or like you realize they've removed you from their close friends story, yeah, -8 if that happens. I'm sorry. They're mad at you. Like, what have you done? What did you do? Go apologize. If this person follows and engages and or likes multiple thirst trap accounts publicly, that's a -4. If this person unfollowed you, but they still like watch your stories, that's really weird. -9. And also, why do you like them? Why do you like this type of person? If this person views your stories from like a second account or like a spam account, number one, hilarious that you know it's their second account or like their burner account. And also, that's pretty funny. They probably do like you, but also fucking loser behavior. Jesus Christ. Like, oh, get a grip. Like, why are you interested in them? But if this happens, that's a +4. Okay, we're getting to the end of the video. So for this next one, if this person has soft launched someone else on their story, yeah, that's bad, maybe plausible deniability, maybe they're just like really close friends with someone, you know, and they're like there's like platonically going on like a candlelit dinner. It's possible. If that happens, minus 20, you know, like minus 20. And finally, sudden death. If this person has hard launched someone else on their Instagram story, yeah, it's over. They don't like you. Minus 45. Okay, so now you should have the sum value of whatever number you have, right? If you wrote it down, pull out your calculator, maybe you're really good at math, figure out your final number. Okay, so this is what your score means. So starting, you're gonna laugh. If you have minus 300 or more, minus 300, minus 301, minus all the way, like any number lower than minus 300, motherfucker, why are you watching this video? Like, you actively disgust this person. Not only is this person not interested in you, you're haunting them, possibly even harassing them. They don't like you. Get a grip. Okay, if you got minus 299 to minus 150, again, you're heavily in the negative. You're clinically delusional. They're not into you. I'm so sorry. They have made no indication that they like you, but it's okay, okay? Just go outside and jump in the river, save a bird, you know, like do something. I believe in you. It's okay. You'll find someone that loves you, but it's not gonna be this person. If you got minus 149 to minus 50, again, you're still in the negative. For this, you're friend zoned, but they're flattered. So what this means is this person probably likes the attention, but it's probably also not in the way you want. They probably don't like you in that way. I'm really sorry. You seem nice. Have you tried putting your efforts somewhere else? I'm sure someone else will reciprocate. Okay, we're nearing positive numbers. If you got minus 49 to 0, this is situationship exit wound, okay? So like basically, they don't hate you. They might even think you're cute, you know? Like they might think you're funny. But they probably also don't want you around long term. Otherwise, they would have given more active signs that they're into you. Again, really sorry. Okay, finally, we're in the positive numbers. If you were none of those, that's good. It's only uphill from here. It's only if you got 1 to 100, this is microscopic green flags. That's the label, okay? So here, there's some hope, microscopic hope again, but measurable hope. Maybe they do like you and they're really shy or they're really subtle about it. You're not crazy. You're not like living in here, you know? There's some hope. Maybe you can like sprinkle in your interest in them and see if they bite, you know, like see where it goes. Okay, if you got 101 to 250, this is a good sign. It's most likely this person is like on the down low. They're spiraling about you a little bit, okay? This is good. This person, not gonna like, they're probably thinking about you, right? They're probably thinking about you. They probably overthink your text to them, your Instagram post to them. Maybe they plan out what they'll say to you, you know? Like maybe they think about, when am I gonna see this person again? Maybe they're like thinking about what outfit am I gonna wear? You know, like what questions am I gonna say? That's good. Good sign. You're in their head. You're getting in there. Okay, now we're getting the juicy stuff. So if you got 251 to 400, that's a really good sign. This person is almost definitely interested in you in some way, but they're probably a little shy. They're a little, you know, like they're too much of a coward. They like don't want to ask you out, you know? If you got this score, most likely this person has like fantasized about what your last names would be if they got married. Like, will we hyphenate? Will we take your last name? They probably thought about this, but they've not written it down, right? They're not gonna make a move probably. They just kind of like to admire you from afar, you know, like the way you admire a beautiful painting in a gallery. You like it, but like you're not gonna like touch the art, you know what I mean? Onus is on you. You should try and make a move. Okay, if you got 401 to 550, this person is down bad. Like they like you, and it's concerning. They daydream about you, they draft texts to you and they delete them and they like reword it. They've almost certainly made like a notes app entry about you or a confessional about you, or they've texted their friend drunk talking about you in your eyes. Maybe they've even spiraled the old-fashioned way with like a handy-dandy notebook. How romantic, you know? Amazing. If you got 551 to 600, in their head, you're emotionally married, okay? Like emotional marriage pending. You're this person's muse. Their coworkers know your name. Their friends know your name. They're thinking about what song they're gonna play at your wedding, you know? What are we gonna do for our first dance? Where will the kids go? You know, like what neighborhood should we be living in, okay? If you got this score, you can pretty much like lock it down, you know? Like if they think you're getting married, you know? Like you just plan your wedding vows. And finally, if you got over 650, congratulations. I'm pretty sure you guys are just together, right? If you watch this whole video and you got a score over 650, you guys not dating? Like you're not already together? If you got the score and like 650 and you're not dating. Jesus Christ. Throw this person a bone, you know? Like, save them from this anguish. Oh my god. Thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to see similar videos, don't worry. I've made so many delusional charts for you to spiral down. Literally all of my videos are about like systematizing the delusional egomaniacal spiral that you have in your head, okay? Follow my second channel. Shop up there, as I said before. Thank you.